administration is our Merit Safety Director, Jim Overstreet, our Law Director, Randy Kleinman, our Fire Chief Director, Basic, the Chief Building Inspector, Dave Mann, and Service Director, Rob Gorge. We also mentioned the speakers. Does anyone recording this meeting as a courtesy to the public, please identify yourselves, your fellow attendees, know that being recorded. Say no, the city needs to recording this meeting. Under legislation proposed, there is legislation number 090901, resolution accepting the amounts of raising and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and certifying them to the county auditor and declaring an emergency. Mr. Mayor?
Okay, this is basically a housekeeping item that needs to be passed so we can get all this stuff sent over to the county.
Any questions on that? All right. Move on to legislation number 090902, a resolution authorizing and directing the Director of Public Safety or his duly authorized representative to proceed with the solicitation of bids through an online public auction of the city of East Lake for the sale of various items that listed below and declaring an emergency. Mr. Mayor?
Is that the sale of those two vehicles? Yes, it is. Okay. And there's a couple of vehicles that are no longer of use to the city that have been determined that they're more expensive to fix than keep. These are the ones we want to sell.
Any questions for that? All right. So you go. Move on to legislation number 090903. The resolution requesting the city of East Lake designate as the Carolina Chevron CPA Finance Director to make the request for advance payment of property taxes for the calendar year 2026 pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 321.34 and declaring an emergency.
This is a request for the county for an advance on property taxes for next year to give us the checks in February, March, and April instead of having to wait all the way until April to get all this money.
Any questions for that? All right. We don't have any legislation pending. Under miscellaneous, we have a speaker from the Lake County General Auto District. Would you like to step up? You have to speak loudly. You have to speak loudly.
Okay, I will try. Well, my name is Tiffany Worth. I'm with the Lake County General Health District. I am a health educator working on the Creating Healthy Communities grant. And I'm here today to talk about the policy systems and environmental change assessments that we've been working on throughout this last year since last session. But first I'll talk a little bit about the grant and what it's all about. So Creating Healthy Communities, their vision is to create vibrant, healthy communities where everyone has access to healthy foods and opportunities for active living. With the mission of activating community-led solutions to create sustainable change in policies, choices, and population plans. Until progress is starting with partnerships and meeting with people. So back in last September, my initial mission, not very but to me, to kind of keep more regular in the community and really get to know the city. And doing that is identifying who the people are in the community that really want to make an impact and action, community organizations that want. And then, of course, first responders to help. So within this past year, we didn't only do the policy systems and environmental change assessment, but we did a few projects in Greenville as well. We did a park improvement project and a town access project, which took place at the Greenville Farmers Market. But we'll talk about CSG. So I was going to say CSG is policy systems and environmental change, just an hospital, those two. But this assessment, its purpose is to help local health departments and community organizations to assess the current policies, systems, and environmental strategies for healthy and connected living. And to use those results to inform future work. So with that in mind, the first step was to develop the PPA activating. You guys hear me? Not at all. Oh, not at all. Okay.
There used to be like,
Yeah.
over at what?
It works.
It buzzes.
Yeah. Should be on.
I'm trying.
Hello? Okay. All right. Since you didn't really hear me, the policy systems and environmental change assessment is basically there to assess exactly what it sounds like, policy systems, environment, and then use those results to inform future work. The first step was to develop a team, so going back to partnerships and working with people, figuring out which organizations really had an interest and wanted to help make an impact. Some organizations that did include Lake Trans, the Willoughby East Lake School, OSU Extension, Signature Health, Wickliffe Resource Center, the Lake County Council on Aging, East Lake Library, YMCA, United Way, and of course, the first step after kind of organizing this group of people was to get everybody in the same room to talk about resources and which resources are here in East Lake already. Once that took place, we developed, and I'll have these available if you all are interested. But these just kind of highlight the key points of the assessment findings. So we handed these out. We went out to local events such as the plant swap, the car show, out to the East Lake Senior Center, and met with people at their picnic and just talked about the program, along with going to the Slay Park and Houston Fisher Pool, just kind of talking to the community members. And in total, about 70-ish adults came here to get feedback. Once that was complete, we scheduled a community meeting. So shout out to you and Angela, thank you for coming. But we talked about kind of exactly what I'm talking about now. The point of it, the feedback that we got from the community, and then really looking to identify which strategies were priorities moving forward. We did the downloading exercise to kind of narrow that down. And the findings were to do a food pantry improvement project and then also a toilet on the 91 walkway. Now, with that, I will say the next step was the PSET meeting. And in that meeting, we kind of talked about everything as a whole. So we talked about community feedback and the community and all those things. And just really wanted to get a really good sense of, what the community wanted, because that's what this is all about. So it did roll back a little bit with the 91 walkways. It was decided that we would do a walkway. There were just too many things on the table. So really just getting people out there and see if we can get community members out and do a walkout. And if you're familiar, you basically just walk the walkway and see what's there, what isn't, if you have wheels, is it accessible, that kind of thing. So, I lost my place here. So in this final team meeting, we narrowed things down, completed the final section of the assessment, which talks about, where do gaps exist, where is the momentum for change, alignment with the community priorities, are there existing community access, strengths, resources, and partnerships. So there are many things that were identified. On the healthy eating side, you have the food bank or food pantry, an implementation with the farmers market similar to Painesville, something along with that or something like that. And then the healthy food retail came up as well. Where on the alternate side of active living, you have the 91 walkway multi-use trail strategy, bike infrastructure, and then lastly, a safe practice school came up as well. So in this last meeting, as I said, you just kind of go down the line of where's the momentum, where does it align. So the two strategies that we found in this assessment to be the priorities would be that 91 walkway and then the food pantry improvement. But I'm here to present the results. I have had conversations with local food pantries just to see if they have an interest for something like this, and it seems like the interest is there. Obviously, if I don't own that 911 walkway, that would be a conversation, but I'm just presenting the results, and, just opportunity for future implementation. That kind of concludes. I tried to keep this somewhat short. If there's any questions, please just.
Questions?
Is there a time frame for the walk audit? Is there a time frame for the walk audit? That's a good question. So it would ideally happen before what they're impacted. So I would say before November. Any other questions?
Just when the time comes available, if we can share that as well. I kind of wanted to see that there wasn't more of a turnout to your presentation that Angela and I attended. But there was a lot of good stuff that's out there, and thanks for your time. Looking forward to moving it forward. Well, I have a whole lot of.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me. Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining.
All right, that being said, there's nothing else. Council as a whole committee meeting is adjourned at 7:13 p.m. We'll call the regular council meeting September 9th, 2025, order 7:14 p.m. Mr. Casino, will you please lead us in the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Kaczynski.
Here.
Mr. Gully.
Here.
Ms. Kraniak. Here. Ms. Schmidt. Here. Mrs. Bellman. Here. Mr. Semming.
Here.
Mr. Meyer.
Here. Is there a motion to approve the agenda for the regular council meeting September 9th, 2025?
So.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Kraniak.
Yes.
Mr. Semming.
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski.
Yes.
Mr. Gully.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mrs. Bellman.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer.
Yes, the motion is carried, the agenda is approved. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the regular council meeting of August 26, 2025?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Sonic? Yes. Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Greenhack?
Yes.
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes, the motion is carried, the minutes are approved. Our next scheduled council of the whole committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, at 7 p.m. with the regular council meeting immediately following the adjournment of the council as a whole committee meeting. Do we have a committee report? Mr. Gordon? Okay. Mr. Kelly?
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, we just convened an ordinance committee meeting earlier this evening. We discussed several items related to e-bikes, gas-powered scooters, billboards and signage ordinances, HALO related to first responders and space they might need to conduct with their duties, nuisance properties, as well as fully bans or permits related to solicitors. And these are all discussions that are really for the time that we're considering.
Any questions for Councilman Kelly? Seeing none, thank you, Mr. Kelly. Now move on to recognition of the public. The floor is now open for recognition of the public. I remind speakers that all remarks are directed to the chair, will not involve personalities, are limited to 3 minutes per person, 30 minutes total. We have 2 people that are signed up to speak. Our first one is Mary Gardner. Like to step up and Mary Gardner. Step up and state your name and address.
My name is Mary Hardy. I live at 1080 East Street, 32nd Street. I've been a resident of these like all my life. I was 5 years old when my mother and father purchased the home on 332nd. So I've seen a lot of changes in these places. And it's been very disturbing to me that on Vine Street, from the East Lake side to before the freeway, that there are 5, if I have it correct, 5 smoke shops, okay? And now we are going to have a cannabis dispensary. How many of those do we need? Illinois has one on Euclid Avenue. I mean, are we educating our young people against the smoking and these things? It is, it's very disturbing to me, and maybe it's because of my age. I'm very much against it. I think that it's a problem. We're supposed to be against drugs and alcohol and smoking. But it disturbs me that I travel down Vine Street and I see all of these shops. Who is approving that we have this many? Does anybody have an answer? How do they get permits? How do we have so many? I feel like we're the smoke shop capital of the Lake County.
We have placed a moratorium on further smoke shops.
Pardon me?
We have put a moratorium in place on further vape shops, so there won't be any more allowed in the state.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. But it's very disturbing to me. And like I said, are we educating our young people against the effects of these things? That to me is very important. I'm afraid driving down Vine Street that the person next to me is not a good mind because they've been smoking or whatever, drinking, whatever. I don't feel safe anymore. I really don't. And like I said, I've been a resident of these places. I've been 5 years old. I live in the house that my parents bought when I was 5 years old. I had it totally reconstructed, in 1992 to bring it, to what it is today. And, just like I said, I just felt I need to come here and let you people know what my feelings are. And I'd like to know the candidates for mayoral. I'd like to know what their stand is on this subject.
Well, they're going to be having a meet the candidates night. They will be having a meet the candidates night. I believe at the end of next month. And so I'm sure that that's something that they can address.
And that's going to be when?
The end of next month, is it?
September
You
29th.
go to the mayor's assistant, Judy Moran, she can provide you with the information.
Going to be the mayor's, campaign forum on September 29th at the Croatian Hall. And then 3 days later on that Thursday, the council at large people will be speaking. And it's a free event.
At the Croatian, right?
Yes.
Yes,
September 29th.
or the mayor on October 2nd for the council. Thank you for your comments.
Thank you for your time.
Mr. President, maybe it gives her more comfort if we just remind her. It might be a generational thing, but not every one of those vape stores sells marijuana. Just so you know, those vape stores are a lot like cigarettes used to be. I don't approve of them, but to the extent you think they're all selling marijuana, the vape stores aren't all selling marijuana. We only have the one dispensary going in, right?
Correct.
So just to give you, it might be a generational thing, but the vapes are all marijuana. Some of them are just nicotine flavored stuff.
I would like to add to that, while they're not marijuana, they use all kratom and 7-OH, which are both being considered to be banned in the state of Ohio. So I share your concerns with that.
Vaping is very unhealthy.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And what about the CBD? I mean, what effects? Is that good?
Well, I think those are all conversations, if you're addressing it to me, I think those are all conversations to be had. I won't discuss what my personal feelings are, but I'd be happy to share with you after the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. We have one other individual signed up to speak, Leo Zufak. Thank you, I appreciate that. If you come up and state your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, my name is Leo Zufak, address is 6075 River Street in Madison, Ohio. I have been a resident of East Lake for multiple years with high school and ended up moving like 15 years ago. But during this time, I had like multiple homes in East Lake that had rentals. And I make sure all the water bills get paid, the sewer bills get paid. And in this one incident, this January, water line crossed. The water line freezes, the water department doesn't notify you until your next billing is 3 months later. So in 3 months' time, you have a half-inch open line, filling up the crawl space. It was just a branch house. It filled the crawl space, and the water was evacuating out of the opening, which used to be out the window. So like 18 inches of water going out. Well, 3 months later, I get a phone call from the water department telling me, hey, you have an outstanding, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, why? Well, you have a really large water consumption. I was like, okay, well, how much? She said, no, X amount of units. We said, no, well, I'll scope, I'm going to, go there and take a look. And I did, I knocked on the door, no answer. I walked around the house, and as I'm bending down, there it is. I'm walking through, like, couple inches of water in the grass that was saturated from 3 months of water running out this window. And then, like the next day, I'm taking pictures, there's still water in the street. No one complained about the water saturated lawn. It was wintertime, it was, a lot of snow. But the reason I'm here today is I did make several attempts calling people in the city, I sent letters. No one can do nothing by themselves. I get it, it's also a company chance. What I'm saying is, the bill is $10,000, it was $11,000 for the sewer. The water was like $8,000, and gratefully, they negotiated with me, back down to $6,000 some change. I paid them. That's material loss, that's, you know, someone's got to pay for it, it went to my house, so I paid for it in full. Now, the city wants money for sewer, which was even, like, I don't understand, the water didn't go down the sewer line, which I did, it did, that's me, I'll pay for it, you know? But in this case, it's evacuating into like the ground, you know, and my crawl space had like 20 some inches of water. I took a picture, I sent some pictures of this, the console, 9/11, and, this had an issue. The mayor was almost generous. He did knock off $1,000. It was $11,000. It came out every time. But for services of the vendor, I still can't justify it. It was a deal great. If the water was on the sewer, sanitary line, and the city treated it, it's my fault. Very simple. But it's like someone, if you have a pool in your backyard, someone pokes a hole in it, now you got 60,000 gallons of water, you don't get charged for it, that's just groundwater. I just need, somebody to help me out. Because the services were, like, the sewer department didn't treat all these units of water, which was like X amount of thousands, or probably even hundreds of thousands gallons. I forget the actual amount. It was a lot to have a, you know, $11,000 originally sewer bill. The bill was $19,000 some change. And I talked to the lady at the Lake County, water department, and I was like, honestly, this is the biggest one you thought, Leo? I'm sorry, but yeah, this is the biggest one you thought, because of that 3-month period where they check your meter. You know, and even that, they called me 2 weeks later. We checked the meter and it gives you $11 million. There should have been a huge red flag. Those 2 more weeks of nonstop water could have probably lowered it down a few more thousand. Had they notified me, but I have other moments, like, after a 3-month period, I've only lived in one of my houses. And her toilet was running. She didn't know, I didn't know. No, you know, what up? Like, oh, we can cut, or they think, I'm gonna come over and check it out, sure enough. It was $1,200. I paid it because, again, that's my fault. Because, I'll keep it, you know, she was older, she didn't know. But yeah, those 3 months of leaking toilet was $1,200. So they told us, please fix it, because it adds up. And now, because the sewer is higher, before it was like 50-50. You get a $100 water bill, you get a $100 sewer bill. Now it's a lot more, especially in a house. I mean, what can why am I being charged for something that wasn't down the sanitary line?
So, Council President showed me your letter, so I haven't had a chance to digest it. But as I understand it, the difference between the toilet one and your concern is in the toilet one, you paid it because the water did go out there. Yeah. And so there was service from the utility from the sanitary at that point in time. So your concern here, like you stated, is that although the water bill is typically connected to the sanitary sewer bill,
right?
Typically the system is closed to a certain degree, right? Your concern in this case is it never made it down the sanitary sewer system. Okay. This just came to me, so I can promise you that I'll talk to the mayor and I'll review it with the finance director. And then, you know, if we accept it, decline it, whatever we might do, the only other remedy is what we have what's called a morals claim that anybody can apply for with the city. But I promise you, I have it. I will, over the next few days, review it. I want to talk to the finance director because she knows how we get billed from the county to make sure there's no harm to the city. And then I'll report back to the council president and mayor.
I appreciate it, but can you understand what I'm trying to figure out?
Yeah, your concern is it never made it into the sanitary sewer system. So
it's legal. All the water, once we shut the water off the street, my plumber came, the water was still like, you know, that baby came to my house, it was still there. Meaning, my sewer was not leaking, water didn't infiltrate the sanitary line. And there's no storm sewers on the property either. It was all on fresh water.
I can just promise you, if it came to me, so I'll review it. I have a lot of records, so.
I mean, a lot of people I send letters to and talk to, like, no one knows what that could be. I did sewers for 20 years in White and Trust. I was number one guy doing water line sewers for 20 years. I'm 55 years old. I've done it all, seen it all. I put my hands in it, you know what I mean? I was knee deep in it, so I know how it works. And I'm basically a professional, so I know it didn't infiltrate the sanitary line.
I think I just wanted to restate it so I understand your position.
No, I appreciate it, and you're right. Like one person's not gonna be able to do it. Like, it's a lot of money.
I'll
It takes a
review it.
long time to pay $10,000 now, no matter how much you make. It's still, press A, tell me when you should pay $10,000. It's hard to pay bills.
I'll review it, and you know what, if you don't mind sticking around, maybe if I can get your email, that way I can report to the mayor and CCU or report to him.
I will.
So if you wait till the end of the meeting. Thank you.
So, just one more point, like, when you call it water project, so you have a big pool, try to pool, get the rain good, gotta fill it up. You let them know, hey, I'm getting water, don't charge me for the sewer, you know, from this day till tomorrow morning, whatever, for your pool. I'm kind of like in that situation, it never went in the sanitary sewer.
Fair enough.
And, something like that, thanks, man.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to address council? All right. Seeing no one, will the clerk please read legislation number 090901?
A resolution accepting the amount and rates as determined by the Budget Commission, authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules for a separate reading of the reading of the bill? Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Semick?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Melnick?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second? Second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Semick?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Melnick?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 090903?
A resolution authorizing and directing the Director of Public Safety or his duly authorized representative to proceed with the solicitation of bids through an online public auction for the city of Eastlake for the sale of various items as listed below and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate reading of reading of the bill?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Semick?
Yes.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Melnick?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Semick?
Yes.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Melnick?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 090903?
A resolution requesting the city of Eastlake designate Carol Ann Chanel, CPA, Finance Director, to make the request for an advance payment of property taxes for the calendar year 2026 pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 321.34 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate reading of reading of the bill? Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Semick?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Mrs. Melnick?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Semick?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Mrs. Melnick?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. We don't have any, pending legislation, we don't have any unfinished business, we don't have any new business. We'll move on to administrative reports. Our first report is from our Mayor and Safety Director, Jim Overstreet.
Thank you, Mr. President. The only thing I have of note for this meeting is some of the labor unions have indicated that they're ready to start negotiations, and we'll start with them here pretty soon. And with that, I'm open to questions.
Are there any questions for the rest? All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to our fire chief, Frank Kavitsky.
Thank you, Council President. Fire Department has nothing to report at this time.
Any questions for the fire department? All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to our chief building official, Dave Knight.
Yeah, I have an announcement to make, and this is also with Bob. Denise Edwards, who works for both of us, her father passed away. His name was Bill Phillip. He also was a council person here, and I believe a service director at some point. He lived in Florida most of his retirement age or time. There will be a memorial celebration of life from 4 to 6 p.m. at La Bureau Party Center, Willoughby Hills, I would assume it's open to anybody, public, but I just thought we'd both talk about it and just make the announcement.
What day, Mr.
But October 24th, 4 to 6 at the Bureau Party Center in Willoughby Hills, Charlotte. Where's that? I can't see.
All right, thank you, Mr. Arnold. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Actually, you know what, if you could send that out, that email to everybody, it'd be pretty helpful. That information.
I'll talk to you.
Right, someone, but yeah, you can send it out via email, it would be helpful.
We'll make sure you.
Appreciate that. We'll move on to our service director, Robert Ross.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just so you know, I'm like a step above Dave technology-wise, so. Just one step.
A lot of things.
I have nothing to report about animal question.
Any questions from the service director? Seeing none, we'll move on to our law director, Ray McLaren.
Mr. President, I have nothing to report, I'd rather not answer questions. We're gonna be honest,
Any questions for the law director? And Mr. Gully, up there, so.
Yeah, Mr. President, just want to invite everyone to 9/11 ceremony this Thursday, 11 a.m. right behind, City Hall here at the Beaversburg. High School Marching Band will be in attendance for that event. It's open to all. We want you to join us again.
Anybody else? All right. Meeting adjourned at 7:37 p.m.